We finally come to day 10 of day 10. Are you as excited as I am? Because I'm very excited. I know I've given out so much value, more than you can even find anywhere or even get for free, just so that you have everything you need to relocate successfully by yourself. And if you appreciate everything that we've been through together since day one till now, like, subscribe, share with people that will benefit from this too, because I'm super excited. I'm super grateful that you've stayed with us from the beginning to this point, that you've gotten value, you've continued to show up day after day. Now, day 10, we're concluding and we're going to take you from where you are to the point where you are going to get your study visa approved. So it has been 10 days, 10 powerful segments, and thousands of reactions and engagements have occurred, and we've been changing lives with this series. People have been realizing their mistakes and getting it done better. Do you understand? So we understand where you are. We give you a week by week plan and bonus resources to ensure that you relocate successfully. So let's get into it. Now, where are you right now? So everyone's at different stages, so we're willing to meet you at the stage where you are. So are you in stage one? I'm just thinking about it. Considering Canada, maybe you're researching, you've not applied yet. Stage two, you have admission, but you are not financially ready. Maybe you've been admitted, but funds are not ready yet. Stage three, you are ready to apply right now. You've gotten admission, you have the funds, and your documents are ready. Stage four, maybe you've been refused before, previous refusal, and you want to try again, you're not giving up. Stage five, maybe you've used fake or arranged documents and there has been some misinterpretations or you've been banned. Sorry about that. Now, let's start with stage one. Maybe you are just thinking. So we'll give you this 10 to 12 months timeline. Yes, it's long, but if you rush the process, you most likely get refused. And starting early gives you the best chance of succeeding. So the first month, you do your research and your self-assessment. If you need IELTS, yes, but for Nigerians from English-speaking countries, you don't need IELTS. You research on the best programs for you. You calculate the cost, check your assets or home ties, plan your finances. If you are using sponsors, start identifying them from the first to second month. Now, I'll give you a 10 to 12 month timeline. So month 1 to month 2, research and self-assessment. So you can take a screenshot of this and use it for reference. Month 3 to month 4, you start your financial preparation. So you start putting together your funds. You just let the money sit there. You talk to, if you are using sponsors, you start having conversations with them, because by then you already, or most likely, have the foundation in place. And if you've been watching from the beginning, it's easy to plan everything. And with our Canada Admission Accelerator, it even makes it a lot easier. So you start gathering assets. Do you get it? Now, when you research your programs, you already see the tuition fee is there. You get to know, okay, this is how much you're expected to pay when you gain admission into this program. So that way it's easier for you to consolidate your funds and talk to sponsors, because you already have an idea of how much you're going to need. So the 5th to 6th month, you start applying to schools. You apply to as many schools as you can afford to, but it's always best, you find out one school that you have the highest chances of gaining admission, so you save application fees. So you prepare the necessary documents, you pay the fees, you wait for admission. Month 7 to month 8, you've gotten admission, you've paid the tuition deposits, you finalize all the funds you need, and you have now gathered all the required documents. So month 9 to month 10 is where you're applying for your study visa. You complete the forms on the portal, you write your SOP, compile your supporting documents. You can use our 20 points checklist from our day 9 video. You submit, you do your biometrics. Month 11 to 12, you've been approved your study visa, you book your flights, arrange accommodation, and you depart for Canada. So you can see it takes time. Do you understand? It's best to start now if you are looking at next year. There's no need to rush it, as long as you are sure that the pathway works and is solid. The study route has been on for over a decade. Do you understand? So it works. Just know what you are doing and plan it accordingly. There's no need to rush. Fine, Nigeria might be saying rush, but you know where you are going to, so you just keep at it. Endure if you are enduring, or just keep at the process. No need to rush it. And Try and move as fast as you can, get consultant help, reach out to us, and we'll put you through. So you take your time and do it right. Now, stage 3. Let's say you are ready to apply right now. So you can get it done in weeks. You can't apply for your study visa in days. You can't say you start today and submit tomorrow. I've had a client reach out for that kind of thing, and I just had to let him know that it doesn't work like that. And that's why you need to understand. That's why we want to work with people that understand the process. We can't tell that type of clients, oh, okay, we'll help you, but we know that it's not possible. And working with that kind of clients would pose its own challenges because they don't fully understand the process. And a good name is always better than whatever amount you can get, especially for something you cannot deliver. So week 1, you compile your documents. So you create a checklist, you create folders, compile your passports, your photos, admissions, bank statements, your proof of fund, basically everything you need. You start compiling the documents, and you need to even know what you need, because you can't just jump into an application. Do you know what is needed? Do you even understand your background well enough to put together a very good application for yourself? Those are questions. Week 2, you start writing your statement of purpose. You make it personal. You use specific languages. If you are getting a sponsor, get them to get a sponsorship letter explaining the relationship, why they are sponsoring, the amount they are sponsoring you with. So we have templates that can guide you on this. Your source, your proof of funds, so you need to add that to your SOP, properly documented. Very important. You proofread everything. So week 3, you are auditing, you are checking your entire application, making sure that there is no loopholes or parts that will most likely get you refused. You can get expert guidance, or you do yourself using all the information that we've provided. So week 4, you submit your application. You make sure you filled all your forms, you triple check, you upload all the required documents, pay your fees, and you submit. So from there, if you've done your biometrics before, great. If not, you'd have to do it, and you just check your portal periodically and expect your visa to be approved. And if your visa is not approved, it's not the end of the world. Do you understand? It is not. Get your GCMS notes and do better. Don't see it as, fine, the emotions are there, you've invested a lot, you get, but don't see it as the end of the world. Learn from your mistakes which you see in the GCMS note and apply better. That's it. It's just as it is. And once you've relocated, you forget that you've been refused at some point. So that is how to cope with it. So stage 4, if you've been refused before, I know refusal they hurt, but that's not the end of the road. They are just feedback on your application. So what you need to do is that you need to order your GCMS note, which shows you exactly why you were refused, and it's free. It's for some people have said, oh, maybe they had to pay $5 but our clients that wanted to work with us and we told her, oh, get your GCMS note, it was free. Do you understand? So there is a link for it, so you can reach out to us, or we'll add it in the description. Step 2, analyze the refusal. So you need to read, because we don't, if a client comes to us saying, oh, I've been refused before, we don't just go ahead to apply for the person without that GCMS note, because we don't want to waste our effort. We want to deliver a very good job. We need to get the specific details of why the person was refused the first time. So you identify all the specific reasons, you make a list of concerns, we do a thorough risk assessment before even starting the application, looking at where the person went wrong and possible mistakes that could happen again to cause another refusal. So we make sure that we are objective and not defensive. If they tell you that, oh, these are the reasons why they refused you the first time, don't come and start fighting it. It's not going to do you any good, because you can't force your way through. You have to say, oh, okay, I made mistake. Okay, you guys are not comfortable with this part. Oh, I'll do better. Simple. Don't take it so personal. Even though it's personal, but choose a perspective that helps you win. Step 3, you fix the problem. So you address every concern. You don't just add documents. You even add it in your SOP that, oh, I was refused for this before. This is how I've done it better. I've added this. You need to be intentional about your application. You need to fix the actual issues, improve the situations. Do you understand? If it's your finances, explain better, present them better. If it's your home ties, do better. We've explained this in our previous video, so you get to know what the things you should be doing to ensure that you don't get refused for either of those reasons. So you make sure you write an explanation letter. You list the concerns. So you can just find a way to include it in your SOP, making sure that you show them that you understand why you were refused, you recognize all those things, and you are doing better in your application. So you list the concerns, explain the actions you've taken, you list the supporting documents provided, you show that you've really addressed the issues. Then step 5, you reapply strategically. Do you understand? You can wait a bit, use the time to genuinely improve, and submit a noticeably stronger application, including an explanation letter. Can you see that we've successfully taken you through the process? You can see that visa refusal is not the end, and from the entire series, you know that we really have your best interest at heart. We've given you so much value that you can go through the process confidently by yourself. And if you do decide to work with us, you can also work with us confidently, saying that we understand the process, we understand your struggles, and we're going to give you our very best. Now look at this, is a free video, free resources to help you. Now imagine the value you are going to get when you subscribe to our services. Now, so this is your personalized success formula. You need to be honest, you need to submit proper documentations, show very strong home ties to Nigeria, and the way you present it matters, and you make sure that there is little or no red flag, because we've said it before, they are not your friends. They are looking for things that will disqualify you, because they don't want you to come into their system and impose unnecessary demand. They want to be sure that you are the best fit, and you want to come. You see how good Canada is. It's because of systems like this where they've been able to filter out people that are not going to be good for their economy. Do you understand? So don't take it like, oh, maybe they're after you, they don't want you to come in. Make sure that you align with what they are looking out for. If you are going somewhere that maybe you want to belong to an association, you will not go there doing the opposite of what they do there. If they dress a certain kind of way, you want to blend into that dressing. So you not say, oh, I want to join you guys, but I'm going to do something against what you guys are doing. They will not allow you to join the association. So that is the same thing. They are trying to protect their economy, protect their country, make sure that it is still that top country that you are looking out for, that you want to immigrate into. And for it to be that way, their systems work, and it's best to abide by their systems. Now, honesty, make sure you over explain, you admit limitations, or maybe you just don't talk about them at all. You make sure you have a consistent story and you don't lie. So in your documentation, you need to provide more than is required. So prove every claim. If you say something, there's a client we worked with, she said she had done some work with some international organizations, and she was like, she could not find. We had to apply pressure that check these things, they send emails, there's a website, until she later found it, and that really helped her application. Otherwise we would have had to remove that, and it might not really make the application as solid. So everything you say, if you say you got a certificate, include that certificate. If you say, oh, you went for some training, include it. It's very important. You also need to show home ties. We've spoken about it, the different ways in which you can show home ties. Combine them. If you can get the study leave, if you have property, communities you belong to, associations, include them. Now, your presentations is also very important. Do you understand? Personally written letters, not just templates that you copy online and you do copy and paste. Templates like that, a lot of people too would have also used it. They would have seen it multiple times. They would have known, oh, this person is not that intentional. It's not showing that personal effort. It's very important. Do you get it? And for your red flag, you minimize them as much as possible. You avoid lump sums, no unexplained deposits, no contradictions. Maybe you are earning this amount and you say you've saved an amount that you cannot possibly save on what you are earning. So take notes, get expert guidance, watch these videos as many times as possible, ask questions so you get clarity and you succeed. Now, if you don't have enough money, we're talking about whichever stage you are at, we have something for you. So if you're like, oh, you don't have enough money, that you see the budget and you're like, oh, you will never have this. I mean, maybe you've seen yourself, you understand yourself very well, and you're like, oh, you can't, no, it's not going to work. Now, before you give up, these are options that you can consider. Now, you can choose a shorter or cheaper program maybe a 1 year program versus, choose cheaper programs whereby you spend less on tuition and less overall. Second one, you go alone first and family later. A lot of people, they don't have the money, but they are saying, oh, I want to go with my family. It's fine, you love your family, you want them to be together, you want a better life for them. But look at it, if you are there, don't you think they have better options? Don't you think now they know they have a family there, that they have a foot in the door, compared to when nobody is going? If if everybody cannot go, nobody is going, it doesn't help. If you can afford to send one person, send the person, then later on everyone joins them. It's just like when one person in a family succeeds, and it's automatically better for the rest of the family members. So if you are going to use a sponsor, or you can also get a sponsor, find someone that is committed, maybe a parent, a sibling, someone that has been supporting you before and is willing to actually support. We've spoken about this in day 8, family sponsor. Is it day 8 or day 7? One of them, where we talk about the various ways in which you can show proof sponsorship. It's very important. It could be a parent or a sibling. An employer can also sponsor you. Do you get it? So make sure you explore options of sponsors too. Using a sponsor is not bad, but how you use it matters. So go through our previous days for detailed information on how you would use your sponsors. Save aggressively. If you don't have the money, I think just start saving. If you can sell a property, maybe you sell, business profits, savings, family contribution, it is possible. So once you set your mind to it, you can find it, especially for something you believe that it works. It might take you longer than expected, but what are the other options that you have? So put in your all into it. Do you understand? You can gain admission, you defer it, and use that time to save properly. Do you understand? And maybe you can try other countries, but our main aim is Canada. So if you want to go with Canada, you focus on our first 5 options here. Do you understand? You can go to a cheaper country, build from there, and then go to Canada. People do it too. So those are options that you can consider if you don't have enough money. Now, when do you need professional help? So this is very important. You might think, oh, you want to do it yourself, oh, these agents are charging me so much money. But think about it. If you are sure that this agent that is charging you this amount will get the result done for you, why not just take it? Compared to you do it yourself, then things don't turn out as planned, and now you are regretting and you are beating yourself up. No, save yourself the stress and the trauma. So now, you can do it yourself if you have parents sponsoring you, if your funds are clean and well documented, if you've not been refused before, if you have strong ties to Nigeria, your program matches your background, you are organized and detail oriented, you have time to research and prepare, so you can save your money, do it yourself, no problem. We also encourage doing it yourself. So it's not until you use an agent before you succeed. You can succeed by doing it yourself. But you should get help if you've been refused before. If you're using a third party sponsor and there's a complex relationship there, if your source of fund is complex or unusual, if you have lump sum that is hard to explain, you need professional help. If your program doesn't match your background directly, especially if it's something that is not in demand, or you are moving from a field that is not in demand in Canada to one that is in demand, you need help to present it properly. If you are 35 years or older, age is not a barrier for the study abroad. Some profiles, that's why you need to understand your profile, would need more help than the others. Maybe you've been banned before, there's misrepresentation, or you are just overwhelmed and confused. You're like, this thing is too much for me. How am I going to? I've watched this video, I'm so confused. Tell me, help me. We're here for you. Now, you might not necessarily work with us. Maybe you have someone else that you trust, or if you have someone else that is cheaper that you want to work with. Fine, as long as you win and we're part of your success story, we're happy, whether through our free resources or through our paid service. Yeah, so this is how you choose a consultant. So let's start with things you should avoid. Someone that promises you 100% visa guarantee. No, it doesn't work like that. Even we don't promise 100%. We might have worked and we've not gotten any refusals yet, but it doesn't mean that it's 100% guaranteed. Now, if the agent is already promising, 100%, I'm sure. No, nobody can promise you that. The best they can do is put together a very good application, just one that meets the requirements we've set. Then you yourself, you are sure that, oh, there's nothing I've done wrong here. They have all the reasons to refuse me and no reason to, all the reasons to approve me and no reason to refuse me. Now, if the agent offers to arrange documents or sponsors or things like that, or they say they have embassy connections, usually it's not true for Canada. Rushes you without proper interview. Oh, just pay, just pay, just pay. We'll do everything for you. Don't worry. You cannot just pay. You need to know what they are doing for you. You need to understand what is being done for you. That's why we have these videos. That's why we also carry you along. When they use the same template, something they've been using for every other person, without tailoring it to your unique background, you also need to be aware of all these things. When they charge suspiciously low fees. Now, if you've tried to apply for the study visa before by yourself, you know it takes a lot. Look at how much. Now, these videos might seem, oh, just maybe 20 minutes video, but it takes a lot of effort, a lot of experience to put these things out for. And when you watch them, you as someone that knows what they are doing or is trying to know what they are doing or they have some background knowledge, you say, oh, these things, they make sense. This is how these things are. Maybe you've gone through multiple resources. You can tell genuine opportunities, especially the ones we are presenting to you. So green flags, let's say now you're trying to choose an agent, you've seen all the red flags. The green ones, they ask many questions about your situation. They want to know where you are coming from, where you are at. They do thorough assessments before taking it. They don't just say, oh, pay money, pay money. They've asked questions, they've known things about you, so it's easier for them to work and plan everything. They are honest about your chances. They will not know that you have slim chances and still tell you to go ahead. Honesty is very important. They review your documents clearly. So we have multiple clients tell us, oh, we're very detailed, that we are good at what we do. So we have a track record of helping people relocate to Canada successfully. When they are providing with a personalized strategy, you also know that that is a green flag. They don't just say, oh, just bring out your document and they just start applying. They carry you along. It's very important. And when they have a proven track record of success and testimonials, it is also very important. It's a green flag. Now, we've come to the end of these 10 days and I'm just as excited as you are, or if not more, for being able to give out this much value and knowing that people are going to benefit and are going to be part of the success stories of many applicants to come. So day 1, we covered the problem and why refusals happen. Day 2, we spoke about property and land as assets. Day 3, we spoke about business and employment as assets. Day 4, we spoke about the hidden asset. Now, when we say assets here, we are talking about home ties, investments, membership. So that's for the hidden things that you can use to show that you have strong ties to your home country. So day 5, we covered source of funds, the main reason why people are being refused. Day 6, we spoke about the lump sum trap and business accounts. Maybe you are just putting in lump sum without explaining, you're using your business accounts. All those things we covered. Day 7, we spoke about sponsorship, whether you are using family or third-party sponsors. Day 8, we spoke about self-sponsorship and how to calculate your funds, whether you are sponsoring yourself throughout your entire studies or someone is sponsoring you. So day 9, we spoke about think like a visa officer, the main things you need to consider. So day 10, we spoke about your complete action plan, which is the video we are currently on. Do you get it? So the core principles of the entire process is that honesty is non-negotiable, documentation is your best friend, home ties matter more than you think, and you need to think like the visa officer. You need to understand what they are looking out for, and patience pays. You need to take your time to plan everything thoroughly to ensure that you succeed. So now you know more about the Canadian study permits than 95% of applicants. With all the information we provided, we are confident that you now have what it takes to go ahead and apply by yourself. So we still keep on, you cannot know it all. We still keep on updating and posting videos on our YouTube channel, so you keep getting valuable resources. You can look forward to videos on statement of purpose, how to write your proof of fund explanation letter, all those things in further details. And for you to watch up until this point, it means you've gotten value, and you should like, subscribe, and share with someone else that is preparing to apply for their study visa, so they can also benefit and we can continue to grow our community and the resources that we provide. So thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on updates like this. And you can also use the comment section, reach out to us, and we'll put you through. Yeah, so congratulations, you've made it through all 10 days. You have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the roadmap. Now all you need is to execute everything that you've learned. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you on subsequent videos guiding you on how to relocate to Canada successfully through the study route.